All right. So in this video, we will figure out um, a little more before we start really animating it, because I like to figure as much as I could before start animating. So again, like if you research, you will see people again. Also, as I said in the previous video, people will most of people will start animating contact pose. The heel touching the ground, land on the ground first, and then the ball part of this rear foot is on flat on the ground, and then the next would be right. Next would be the down pose. Next pose would be down pose after this. Okay, so it both knees. I mean, this one more or less the legs, knees straight, but here down pose, the, the knees will be bent, and then the both feet. I mean the front foot will be flat. The entire foot will be flat on the ground. The weight will come down on this foot, and then this feet will lift it up, pushing the body forward a little bit, right? So that's why the weight is coming down to. So like the height wise, I mean, I should have made it a little bit, make a little more differences here. So this height will be lower than the other contact pose. The contact pose is not right. Is not the highest, because if the character stands still, I mean stand with both feet on the same place and the legs straight, then it will be higher than this contact pose, right? Because contact pose, the legs are spread apart, and then this one, the the body's weight is coming down on this foot. Okay, and then the next key pose will be passing pose. This will be higher than both of these right positions, this height wise, and then the legs, these legs will go like straight, flat on foot, and then this leg will move over like this. Okay, and you have to keep that in mind also. If it is regular human like walk, this foot doesn't, right, it barely like it doesn't go all the way high, uh, and then the next one will be, this is the passing pose, and this is down, and this is contact, and then the next will be up. Okay, and then this is the highest pose. That's because this foot now is standing on the ball, and then this. So this one is actually this legs will be like almost like a kicking position here. It's gonna go like this, and then the next one would be, okay, next one would be again contact pose. I mean, so this will be, so this leg will push the body up, and then forward, okay, forward and up in these positions, and this is up, and then going into another contact pose. this time this leg will make a contact, land on the heel like this. Okay. So if you see it, so the heel, if you trace the heel, when it comes down like this, how it moves is like almost like this is how, if you trace the heel part also of this foot, this will kind of more or less like how, right, how the airplane lands. It's very similar to that. Okay. So I'm going to, oops, I should select the selection tool and then grab all this, and then I'm going to delete it. You can find it. You can find it in my documents that I shared with you, and or you can just Google, walk key poses, and you will see that everywhere. Like so many, websites and the images that people share, and a lot of them coming from the Richard Williams's animated survival kit. So again, if you don't have the book, consider buying one or like borrow it from the library at them. Okay, so if you press, once I move the right, this the frame a little bit to the left. If I want to make it center again, press Shift M, Shift M. Again, Shift M, it will reset the frame. If you press that, Shift M. If you press 1, zoom out, 2, zoom in, okay? And then Shift M, it will reset and make the this frame full on the this view. Okay, so the next one. So I'm just going to use the red color, and I'm going to maybe create the what should I create first? The passing pose or pose. In my case, I normally create the, I prefer, in my personal preferences, a contact, and then I'll go down, and then maybe go to the up. That's how I animate, especially in 3D. And also 2D also, I will make a contact pose, and then the down, and then the up, and then the passing pose. That's how I would do it. But different people have different approaches and preferences. You should find your own. Okay. So what I do here is I'm going to go down. I'm going to draw the down pose. Okay. So here I'm going to just draw a down pose here with a foot first. Okay. So again, the knee will be bent, and this rear foot on the tip of the toes. So this foot touching, the toe will be touching, okay, the ground, and then knee will be bent, and then this leg 90 degree more or less from the ground, and then the body will come down. Okay. I should try to maintain the same size in terms of volumes. And then this leg, you won't see where it is connected because, right? And then here too, because it's on the other side, so because it's left leg, and here too. So I'm just more or less, now I can just copy where the body should be. then also like that. You can make this one almost like a 90-degree, kind of like that. Okay. So I'm going to make two steps. So if I can just continue, right? Continue and make exact copy after this one, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. So I'm going to animate this first. Okay. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to the drawing layer. I'm going to make a new drawing layer and add and close. And here, go to the first frame. And then I'm just going to, before I continue, click this one and then lower the opacity, right? So that otherwise you won't be able to really see what you're drawing. So I'm going to go with the contact pose first. And then once it is done, again, you can go rough. We will figure out these cross lines later. So I forgot to tell you, but we are going to animate on twos, okay? So which means we may have to draw quite a bit. And then if you, once you draw this, again, this will be on twos, right? Animate on twos, which means one drawing lasts 2 frames long. So in order to make this 2 frame, adding one more frame, you can type plus, okay, plus on your keyboard. Type plus, and then it should be expanding one more frame, like this, okay? Type plus on your keyboard, okay? And then minus, it will reduce one frame. Okay, so plus and minus. Okay, oops, I deleted by mistake. I deleted, so like, oops, my apology. So making it back. What did I? Well, actually, I just was going to select this one. I keep with this. I just want to select this one, and then delete. Why am I keep deleting this? I do not understand. Should we just deleting this? Okay, now it's working. I don't know what happened there. So plus and minus. So I'm going to go here. Here, okay, I'm just going to draw. I can draw the this down pose first. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to draw the this contact pose first. Okay, and then make it 2 frames long, and then we move over here, and then make another contact pose. And here, let's draw the lines like that, and then make 2 frames long. So again, I'm going to bring this playback vision to the end of this frame. So I'm just going to see that. Okay, it's pretty fast, and okay, and you can see it's being animated. I'm just going to expand a little bit, and then go here. This on 3rd frame, right? And then what I do is I'm going to press Shift J. So what Shift J will do? Shift. Let's say if you type this, what it will do is it will create empty frame right there where the cursor is, and then pushing everything back, forward. Okay. So Shift J, on your keyboard, and then it should be empty. Because it was empty, but then I drew that, right? Drew that so that's why it created a frame. So on this frame, I'm going to draw the down pose. Okay. So again, down pose. This front foot will be flat. It shouldn't be exactly actually 90 degrees on this upper leg. And then I'm going to make it also again, press plus, so make it 2 frames long. So, and then, right, and then contact pose, and then after that, there should be down pose. So Shift J, once again. So empty frame is created here, as I told you before. And I'm going to draw a down pose here, another second down pose. Down pose, the reason why I'm drawing down pose first, some animators will draw up or like passing pose first, and maybe it may make more sense in terms of timing and stuff, because passing pose kind of like in between the and I made a mistake here. So this one you will not see here, right, because this is the left leg coming forward, but this one you will see. Okay, so and then making it 2 frames long. So now, so some people will do that, but for me, down pose is really important because it shows the weight and stuff. Okay, so if I hide this by clicking off visibility, you will see it's not much of a walk yet. Okay, so this is a loop, right? So you want to click that. So after that, okay, I'm going to make another layer. So I'm going to on top of this guide layer, because right, another undo, and then another drawing layer to guide if it is above the current drawing frame, and right, bring it down, because I don't want to making it I don't want to draw too many frames on this layer. It will be confusing. So I'm going to turn this off, the current animation layer, and this new guide layer. This time I'm going to use maybe a well, I shouldn't have. Okay, so here what I do is I'm going to. So if you see this leg is the same leg, right? The right leg. So we will have to add. If you think about it, we will have to add down and up pose. So I will probably more or less divide it like this, right? For the leg positions, for the up and down. So I'm going to draw, the passing, I'm sorry, not the down pose, passing and up. So passing and up. So like we have to add 2 key poses between this leg and this leg. So I'm going to divide it by 3 ways, and then I'm going to draw the maybe passing pose first. Okay, passing pose. You know what? Let's just try draw an up pose, just like how I normally do. Okay. So in the up pose, up is highest. So you should think about, again, the up is like this, okay? on its ball of the supporting foot, and then this other leg is kind of kicking. Okay? I mean, it depends on the walk itself, how much it should, anyway. So this leg, like that, and then this is more or less should be on the center. I mean, this where this should be, like in the kind of center, because like a little bit less than center, because this leg is like coming forward, which means the pelvis should be rotating to its right. So maybe it's a little bit like that if I draw the center line. But we will talk about that later. And then this one, and then this leg is coming kind of forward, right? And this leg is going into this land. Something like that. And then here, supporting leg is the right one. And then here, I'm going to divide it 3 ways again, because this left leg is going to be supporting leg. So higher, it's the same height as this one. More or less. And then this leg, the right leg, is coming kind of like this. So you have to also try to keep these lengths, right? The upper leg and the lower leg, and then also keep that in mind. I mean, think about where the knee should go, okay? Should be, right? Because otherwise, you will see when the legs rotating, knees rotating, you will see upper leg or like lower leg, getting shortened, or or getting longer. If you don't want to see that, you want to trace your knee positions well. Okay. And if I draw the center line, I mean, this is kind of start kicking, almost like slightly, I guess, slightly more than. Okay, so that's what I do. And then also for the up, what I do is I'm going to also making it right click and then go to the exposure, set exposure, and then 60. Okay, make it long so that I can see it at any frame here. And once it is done, again, I'm going to turn down the opacity. And this opacity, the lower opacity, even lower. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this one on. So the up position is after the down and passing, and then before this other contact pose. So I'm going to select this one, and then Shift J. Again, Shift J. What it does is make empty frame where the cursor is on the in the selected layer, and then push all these other layers forward. Okay. So here I'm going to select your black pen, color, and then I will draw this. Okay. So if you don't plan, if you just go straight ahead, you don't know exactly what you should do, right? And then also, of course, while you're doing this, you can you can see if you have made any mistakes or not. Then you can change it while you're doing it. And then again, I'm going to press plus on your keyboard, on my keyboard, and then make like 2 frames long. So up and then down, right? And then like a contact, and then down, and then there should be up here right before this contact pose. So I'm going to again Shift J and then draw this one in this empty frame. So if we're doing this well, then you will start seeing more proper walk when you play back. So this shouldn't be too high up. I could even a little lower, but let's see how it looks first. And then make this one 2 frames long by pressing plus on the keyboard, and then I'm going to shorten this playback range and then playback. Okay, so I'm going to start this one for now, and then I'm going to turn up this visibility of the guide layer. So you can start seeing, right, kind of it start looking like a walk. So in the next video, I'm going to add passing pose on this. Okay.